Con, con,
Recording.
con, King. Shalom, shalom, everyone. It's the second part of the lesson for today. Akbayana came out with some Hebrew grammar to just to put us on point with the Hebrew grammar. It was very enlightening, and we don't just don't put your mind, heart, and soul to the test. I don't know what will, but everyone got, I believe, something out of it, and we appreciate that too, Brianna, for just taking your time with us and
No
bringing
problem,
us up,
man.
getting us up and right with the Hebrew grammar, man. Like, it's rarely we not a lot of Israelite camps is not they kind of like brush it off, or they want to reference to the English literature, which is nothing wrong with that, but when you have come to certain contexts and certain words and meanings, you want to have the proper uh, understanding of it so that we won't be thrown off. So I really appreciate that. Right now, I want to go into the book of Exodus, chapter 14. If I can get a reader, uh, uh, Aqua, Nadai, are you up to reading? All right.
You said Exodus chapter 14.
Exodus chapter 14,
What verse?
All right.
verse 14.
You want chapter 14 and verse 14?
No, chapter 14, Salaki.
Chapter 14. What verse?
We'll start at verse 1.
Okay, come.
All right. It's Renee here.
Con, con.
Okay. This is Exodus, the book of Exodus, chapter 14, King James Version, verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, that they turn and encamp before Haharoth, between Migdol and the sea, over against Baal Zephion, before it shall ye encamp by the sea. For Pharaoh will say of the children of Israel, they are entangled in the land, and the wilderness has shut them in. And I will harden Pharaoh's heart, and he shall follow after them. And I will be honored, is that right? Honored unto Pharaoh, and upon all his hosts. And the Egyptians may know that I am the Lord. And they did so. Verse 5. And it was told the king of Egypt that, that the people fled. And the heart of Pharaoh and his servants was turned against the people. And they said, Why have we done this, that we have let Israel go from serving us?
Okay, Salaki says, this question mark there. Here we are under the Egyptians. We serving them free labor. We working hard. And the Most High said he's going to harden Pharaoh's heart to honor, so that the Most High can be honored among that hardened heart of Pharaoh. So, we can get confounded. Us today, we can get confounded. Why we this way one day and that day one day, and sometimes we don't understand it. The Most High made it that Pharaoh didn't understand that he was a ruler of the world. He was a king, great, and he ruled, in a tyrant way. So he wasn't about to let us go. He wasn't trying to let us go. The Most High had to demonstrate, okay, you hard because I made you hard. And we're going to see how Pharaoh's minds get twisted up in his pursuit of power to hold over us. And the Most High is in control of that power. Go on, go on, Sister Renee.
I'll read verse 5 again. And it was told the king of Egypt that the people fled, and the heart of Pharaoh and his servants were turned against the people. And they said, Why have we done this, that we have let Israel go from serving us? From serving us?
They confound it right there, not understanding it, but it's going to be it's going to be explained, because let me back up a minute for a second. you stumbled at the fact that, verse 4, and I will harden Pharaoh's heart that he shall follow after them, and I will be honored upon Pharaoh and upon all his hosts, that the Egyptians may know that I am the Lord. And they did so. So they did everything that the Most High put in their hearts and their minds to do. They made them hard, made them against us, made us come against us. And the Most High going to demonstrate his power with the Egyptians, and he's going to demonstrate his power with Israel, his chosen people. Go on, read on.
Okay. Where did I leave? Okay, verse 6, Exodus 14:6 reads, and he made ready his chariot, and he took his people with him. And he took 600 chosen chariots, and all the chariots of Egypt, and the captains over every one of them. And the Lord hardened the heart of Pharaoh, king of Egypt, and he pursued after the children of Israel. And the children of Israel went out with a high hand, but the Egyptians pursued after them, all the horses and chariots of Pharaoh, and his horsemen, and his army, and overtook them encamping by the sea, besides YaHaWah, before Baal-zephon. Verse 10, and when Pharaoh drew nigh, the children of Israel lifted up their eyes, and behold, the Egyptians marched after them, and they were sore afraid. And the children of Israel cried out unto the Lord. And they said unto Moses, because there were no graves in Egypt, hast thou taken us away to die in the wilderness?
Question mark.
Question mark. Whereas, hast thou dealt with us to carry us forth out of Egypt?
Another question mark. Salaki. Question to Moses, man. You brought us out. There were no graves, and in Egypt, and you brought us out here to die. We all going to die. They feel like they all going to die. They questioning Moses. They questioning why Moses brought them out into the desert. They cried unto the Most High to not be enslaved, but here they're in heavy pursuit. Well, Egyptians are in heavy pursuit upon them. They are confounded. They so vexed. They afraid. They scared. They on Moses' neck. They on his back about them dying in the wilderness. Go on, verse 12.
Verse 12. Is not this the word that we did tell thee in Egypt, saying, let us alone, that we may serve the Egyptians?
Another question mark. They didn't want to be enslaved there, but they felt okay, we living. They showing right here, the Israelites are showing that they're not appreciative of being free. Just like how when we was enslaved here in the Americas, when we were free, a lot of us went back to our slave masters to work. We needed money. We didn't stand on the faith of the Most High to lace up. If we had boots or not, that we were stronger together as a nation. We worked together. And this is a demonstration of the same thing that happened with our people here in the Americas, going back to the slave masters, working next to nothing, and still rarely being enslaved versus we not understanding here. They're not understanding that they're free. The Most High brought them out of captivity, out from being working hard labor, working to death, and being ruled over of the wickedness of the Egyptians. They want Moses to leave them alone. We fine, we okay, but they would complain. Their prayers went out to the Most High that they didn't like the treatment that they was suffering under the Egyptian rule. Go on, Sister Renee.
For it had been better for us to serve the Egyptians than that we should die in the wilderness. And Moses said unto the people, fear ye not, stand still, and see the salvation of the Lord, which he will show to you on this day. For the Egyptians whom ye have seen today, ye shall see them again no more forever.
The Most High giving his word. When the Most High word goes out, it's pretty much stamped. Wherever he say, whatever the Most High say, his word is stamped. His word not gonna come back no void. His word not gonna It's not going to be nothing weak about what the Most High speak. If he said, it is. If he do it, it's done. And we got to stand on that. This right here, we got to stand on the Most High's word. He's showing the Israelites through Moses. Man, stand on my word, man. Be still. Just they didn't have no faith. They wasn't believing in the power of YaHaWah. They didn't understand the power of YaHaWah. So the Most High is trying to establish him. He's doing everything to establish himself through Moses to the Israelites. Man, to stand strong, stand faithful. I'm gonna demonstrate my power. After I get y'all away from the Egyptians, I don't have to worry about them no more. They will be no more. And we can precept that in 2 Chronicles 20 verse 15. We not Isaiah 41:10. We're not gonna do that because I want us to read through and we just, make statements on the particular verses that we read. But go ahead, Sister Renee.
Exodus 14:14. The Lord shall fight for you, and ye shall hold your peace. And the Lord said unto Moses, wherefore criest thou unto me? Wherefore thou...
Hold up. Just take your time, read slow. The Most High is showing Shalaki. It's okay, you're doing well. And the Lord said unto Moses, wherefore criest thou unto me? Moses was a spokesperson for Israel. Not to say that the Most High can't hear what we are saying to him, but he hears it. Y'all cries unto me, y'all want this, want that, and I'm delivering y'all. I'm showing y'all, my grace and mercy to getting y'all out of this place. But they murmuring, complaining, and not appreciating being free. But go on, Sister.
I'll repeat that. And the Lord said unto Moses, wherefore criest thou unto me? Unto me? I always raise my voice for a question mark. Speak unto the children of Israel that they go forward, but lift thou up thy rod and stretch out thine hand over the sea and divide it, and the children of Israel shall go unto dry ground through the midst of the sea. And behold, I will harden the hearts of the Egyptians, and they shall follow them. And I will get me honor upon Pharaoh and up upon all his hosts, upon his chariots and upon his horsemen. And then the Egyptians shall know that I am the Lord, when I have gotten me honor upon Pharaoh, upon his chariots, upon his horsemen. And the angel of God went before the camp of Israel, removed and went behind them. And the pillar of the cloud went from before their face and stood behind them.
Hold it right there, Sloppy. Hold it right there. You're moving fast. Just take your time.
You want me to reread?
No. I don't want you to reread. I want you to just take your time. You ain't gotta rush it. Just word for word. Verse 19. And the angel of YaHaWah, which went before the camp of Israel, removed and went behind them. And the pillar of the cloud went from before their face and stood behind them. I'm gonna ask you, Sister Renee, do you know what that particular verse is saying?
The angel of God went before the camp of Israel, removed and went behind him. Well, he went behind him, and the pillar of the cloud went from before their face and stood behind them. Is that the pillar of fire that he established?
Well, it just wasn't a pillar of fire. It was also the pillar of the cloud, because we can hid them, and the pillar of it says read verse 19 again. I want you because sometimes we'll read right through a message that the Most High is stamping. So that's why I say read slow. I want Nadai to grasp this, and I want Sister Erica to grasp this. I'm sure the Akiam grasp it. But read verse 19 again.
And the angel of God, which my screen just went dark. And the angel of God, which went before the camp of Israel, removed and went behind them. So the angel went from the front to the back. Is what I'm getting.
Okay, go on.
And the pillar of the cloud went from before their face and stood behind them. So
So
that
was it
it sounds like. Go ahead.
was it the cloud or was it the fire?
No, it sounds like the
What does it read?
like
Does
the
it read
spirit
fire
and
or
the oh,
listen,
it's
slow down.
mentioned.
You thinking,
Oh,
listen, hold on, sis. Slow down.
all
You
right,
think
go ahead.
your brain moving faster than
That's
what
pretty
you can see.
typical. Go
We
ahead.
reading, we didn't see nowhere fire. We read the cloud.
Mm-hmm.
See, the Most High, the Egyptians are in pursuit of us.
Mm-hmm.
They are behind us. The Most High, the angel of the angel of the Most High was covering us. The Most High was leading us through, led us out of Egypt, led us all the way to the end of the Red Sea. Now the Egyptians are behind us too. They snapped out of their delusion, like, man, well, hold up, we let them go. Let's go get them. The Most High hardened their hearts to make an example out of them through the honor that the Most High is going to establish with them and for us. So the pillar, the cloud of the pillar, remember, we outside of Egypt, the sun is on our necks. The Most High kept that pillar to lead us and to cover us, that cloud. So this cloud, the Most High had to have this angel, this cloud to get behind us. It was in front of us leading us, and it got to get behind us. So it's a reason why the Most High put this cloud behind us. And we're going to come to read that and understand it. The light bulb's going to go off. But now the Most High got this cloud behind us. It's clearing the way for us. And this is why I want you to read slow and just, not just read like you just reading a magazine or a novel, but reading to understand what the Most High is doing with Israel. We are Israel. We are the elect. We're the chosen. So, the Most High was doing a lot for us. He did a lot for us. We murmur and complain. The Most High still continuing was dealing with us. We showed a lot of disrespect to the Most High when we not know what He's truly doing for us. We are, today you can look at his, the descendants of Israel. We complain. We don't receive His grace and His mercy that He extended for us to be who we are and where we are in our life. We can get ahead of ourselves. We can get high-minded and think it's allotted to us. The Most High have us to be who we are because He chose us. We're chosen. He could have chosen. Beyond always say, He could have chosen another nation. He chose us. That's a lot of honor right there, and we be reverencing the Most High and have a lot of respect for that. But I just want to bring it out. Read verse 20. Let's move forward.
Can I ask the question?
Sure.
So is the pillar of God, could that be considered like the presence of God in a sense?
Calm. Anything of the Most High, the angels, those are the presence of the Most High. You always see a miracle take place. Most High don't have to leave His throne to perform miracles. He can perform miracles just by, I believe in His sovereign power, just by His thought. He said, let it be light. There was light. When He created the creature, when He created us, He created us. When He created the animals, He created animals, all different forces and fashions. The animals in the ocean's depths, every creeping, crawling thing, the Most High created. The trees, the different trees that bear fruit, He created. I don't question how the Most High do what He do. I look at what He's done and what and He's done it all. From Genesis to where He's done it all. The kingdom of heaven is already laid up. The 12 gates is already laid up. The angels are already in place. Everything He's done it. He's the Alpha, and He's the beginning and the end. The first and the last. So my faith and trust is with Him. However He created an animal, I'm not gonna certain things I'm not gonna question because I believe in Him. I'm here. Me being here alone and who I am. That's enough. He created me in His likeness and His image, and melanated. He created my brothers and sisters. You all melanated. So I'm not questioning that. I'm not questioning how He got the clock to the semen hit the egg and the explosion and the how he formed it. I'm not questioning that. We can read. We can read. He give us little peeks of windows of insight of what he does, his sovereign, and he shows his power. He's showing us his power right now in this chapter. We don't understand the hardness of Pharaoh's heart, but Pharaoh was hardened to like, man, no, hold up, don't let him go. Salakia says, not only did he harden Pharaoh's heart, he hardened the hearts of the Egyptians to pursue us after letting us go. Some form of, to me, a psychosis came over Pharaoh and the Egyptians. Like, they realized, hold up, we let our servants, we let those that were serving us go. But had Pharaoh forgotten that the Most High unleashed 10 plagues unto the Egyptians, demonstrating his power? And then he's like, okay, y'all can go. And we took the gold, we were taking wealth. And then he snapped and said, oh, they gone, man. Let's arm up and go get them. Man, that's a delusional mind state to think that way, to even feel that way. And you got great power. You ruling the world. And then you like all your servants that built up everything you have and serving you, and you let them go? You got to think about it. Pharaoh was like, he was twisting his mind. God said, I'm gonna show him, I'm gonna build him up, make him hard, break him down, build him up, break him down. I'm gonna show him I'm all powerful. And he's gonna demonstrate his power to Pharaoh and all the Egyptians and to us. So we should look at this and honor that the Most High did this for us. If he didn't do that for us, then none of us will be born today. Not one of us. We wouldn't be here speaking. We wouldn't be here. We wouldn't know each other. We wouldn't exist. But yes, Sister Erica, go ahead. Unmute your mic if you want to speak. Are you there? Okay, maybe she'll come back on. I think that was Sister Erica, but maybe she'll come back on. All right, pick up at verse 20, Sister Renee. Let's read on.
Exodus 14:20 reads, and it came between the camp of the Egyptians and the camp of Israel. And it was a cloud and darkness to them, but it gave light by night to these, so that one came not near the other all the night.
Let's hold it right there. Let's think. What the Most High doing? It's darkness on the side of the Egyptians and light on the side of Israel. They are confounded now because the Most High is doing this. And it came between the pillar of the cloud, and it came between the camp of the Egyptians and the camp of Israel, and it was a cloud and darkness to them, but it gave light by night to these, so that the one came not near the other all night. Most High put that cloud in between Egyptians and Israel, made it was dark for the Egyptians to see, but on one side it was light all day long. The Most High put a divide that they couldn't get to us. They couldn't get to us through that darkness of that cloud. And we're going to read why and understand why. But the Most High is working everything out for us. We complain and remember, we're going to be killed by the Egyptians. Most High like, man, stand up, be still, man. Gird up. Most of them, gird up, man. Get right with me. I got y'all, but we don't understand the power of the Most High. We should never complain. We should never murmur and complain about nothing. Most High woke you up, wake us up every day, man. That day is the glorious day for the Most High, and we do all that we can do as the saints. Today is a glorious day. We woke up out of slumber. That's the Most High doing it. But let's continue.
Okay. And Moses, verse 21 reads, and Moses stretched out his hand over the sea, and the Lord caused the sea to go back by a strong east wind all that night, and made the sea dry land, and the waters were divided. And the children of Israel went into the midst of the sea upon the dry ground, and the waters were a wall unto them on their right hand and on their left, and on, well, my computer keeps showing dark, and on their left. Verse 23, and the Egyptians pursued and went in after them to the midst of the sea, even all Pharaoh's horses, his chariots, and his horsemen. And it came to pass that in the morning watch, the Lord looked unto the host of the Egyptians through the pillar of fire and of the cloud, and troubled the host of Egyptians. And he took off their chariot wheels, and they drave them heavily, so that the Egyptians said, let us flee from the face of Israel, for the Lord fighteth for them against the Egyptians.
Okay, hold it right there. Who was fighting for us?
The Lord.
And we didn't lift up a sword. And we were warriors. Israel, we warriors. Most High established all of that with us. We didn't have to lift a finger to the enemy that was pursuing us. The Most High was consuming with confusion. Had the pillar cloud and the fire. We didn't say fire first, but we know that at night, the Most High kept us warm by fire. And during the day, he kept us cool by having the sun not beat on us. But the Most High put a wall in between Egypt and Israel. So it was a measure of distance from them to us. By the time we got through the Red Sea, the wall of the Red Sea, we was already stepping on the other side of the Red Sea. The Egyptians were coming through. The Most High made their wheels of their chariots fall off. They was like, hold up. You know, horses in a chariot is stronger than a two-legged man. Horses are heavier, stronger. Them chariots are big and strong with them wheels on it. The Most High dried it up. Overnight, the Most High dried it up. All night, the Most High was building up their wall of water for us to go through it. It was dry enough for dry enough for us to go through it. We didn't sink in the mud. It was enough for us to get through. But those horses and chariots coming through, riding hard, Most High made those wheels fall off. And the Egyptians was confounded. They was like tripping. And the Most High had the wall of the cloud and the fire and still in between them. So they was riding through, not being able really to see. But they still pursued on after us. The Most High dealt with them. All right, let's continue on. I think we were left off at
verse 26. And the Lord said unto Moses, stretch out thine hand over the sea, that the waters may come again upon the Egyptians, upon their chariots, and upon their horsemen. And Moses stretched forth his hand over the sea, and the sea returned to the strength when the morning appeared. And the Egyptians fled against it, and the Lord overthrew the Egyptians in the midst of the sea.
Mm-hmm.
And the waters returned and covered the chariots and the horsemen and all the hosts of Pharaoh that came unto the sea after them. There remained not so much as one of them. But the children of Israel walked upon dry land in the midst of the sea, and the waters were a wall unto them on their right hand and on their left. Thus the Lord saved Israel that day out of the hand of the Egyptians. And Israel saw the Egyptians dead upon the seashore. And Israel saw that reads, and 30, is that 31 or 30? 31 reads, and Israel saw that great work which the Lord did upon the Egyptians. And the people feared the Lord and believed the Lord and his servant Moses.
So the Most High had to do a great mighty work to prove to Israel that the Most High is almighty, all powerful, and then Moses was praised along with the Most High because Moses led us out. That the people believed on Moses a little bit more. They had a little bit more faith in Moses. Okay, we up out of there. You know, your sovereignty unto the Most High was not in vain. You got to survive it. And the Most High destroyed the Egyptians, all of them, every last one. Saw their bodies washing up on the shore. You know, a lot of them soldiers probably, you know, drowned. But they all drowned. They didn't die from, you know, the powerful waves that crashed upon them and drowning, and the horses drowning, and the chariots hitting the bottom of the Red Sea. You know, it's written, and until this day, they have artifacts that show that it was actually true, because they can find these chariot pieces still at the bottom of the Red Sea till this day. Let's read. Let's go into 15 and read. Now we celebrating the victory of the Egyptians. And the Egyptians, they were a powerful people that they was ruling. They was ruling the world. They was in great power. And I sometimes I think that we don't take in account, you know, that's like a mighty nation like the United States of America ruling, or Russia ruling, or these great countries that's ruling. That's a lot of power, and they ruled. You know, Rome ruling. You know, these great nations that was ruling, but they was ruling in wickedness, and most of them was against the Most High and against the children of Israel that the Most High favored. But let's read on and read about the celebration. We can read on. I want
Exodus.
To go ahead.
Exodus what?
15.
Chapter 15.
Chapter 15. All right, let me just slide over there real quick. I'm there.
Exodus 15.
Yeah, we're going to read through it. Go ahead.
Songs of deliverance. Then sang Moses and the children of Israel this song unto the Lord, and spake, saying, I will sing unto the Lord, for he hath triumphed gloriously. The Lord and his rider hath he thrown into the sea. The Lord is my strength and song, and he is become my salvation. He is my God, and I will prepare him an habitation, my father's God, and I will exalt him. The Lord is a man of war. The Lord is his name.
Hold it right there. Hold it right there. Salaki. Now, I did precept that particular verse. The Lord is a man of war. The Lord is his name. I did precept that, but it was just stamping the Lord's name. So, but we can read on. We can read on. But this is what I do when I take note when I'm reading. You know, certain things jump out. Hold. The Lord is a man of war. The Lord is his name. What is his name? Is his name War? What's his name? And we find out the name of the Most High. But go on, read on, verse 4.
Verse 4. Pharaoh's chariots and his hosts has he cast into the sea. His chosen captains also are drowned in the Red Sea. The depths have covered them. They sink into the bottom as a stone. Thy right hand, O Lord, is become glorious in power. Thy right hand, O Lord, has dashed into pieces the enemy. And in the greatness of thy excellency, thou hast overthrown them that rose up against thee. Thou sentest for thy wrath, which consumed them as stubble. And with the blast of thy nostrils, the water were gathered together. The flood stood upright as an heap. And the depths were congealed into the heart of the sea. The enemy said, I will pursue, I will overtake, I will divide the spoil. My lust shall be satisfied upon them. I will draw my sword, my hand shall destroy them. Thou didst blow with thy wind, the sea covered them. They sink as lead in the mighty waters. Who is like unto thee, O Lord, among the gods? Small g. Who is like thee, glorious in holiness, fearful in praises, doing wonders? Thou stretchest out thy right hand. The earth swallowed them. Thou in thy mercy hast led forth the people which thou hast redeemed. Thou hast guided them in thy strength unto the holy habitation. The people shall hear and be afraid. Sorrow should take hold of the inhabitants of Palestina. Then the dukes of Edom shall be amazed. The mighty men of Moab, trembling, shall take hold upon them. All the inhabitants of Canaan shall melt away. Fear and dread shall fall upon them. By the greatness of thine arm, thou shalt be as still as a stone, till thy people pass over, O Lord. Till the people pass over, which thou hast purchased.
Hold it right there. Hold it right there. Now, reading is fundamental. Reading is great. People, I know for a fact, people will rather the pastor in the church read a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and they're satisfied. And the people let the Bible collect dust. And I know from experience that, you know, a lot of people are shy. I'm just saying this. I'm just speaking from the heart about this, but I want to make a point. People are shy. People are afraid to read because maybe they're afraid what they're going to read or what they're going to hear. You reading, whether you're reading in silent or out loud, you hearing the voice of the Lord speaking to you, speaking to us. Now, the Most High, just to state that the Most High made it clear who He is to us, that word going to go out. These other nations of people going to hear about our God, hear about how powerful He is. They're going to fear us. And so they get together. When they fear us, they collectively all the time get together to bring hurt, harm, and danger to us. But we always got to keep in mind our Father, which art in heaven, is jealous. He look at all that. Our lives are predestined. He's the Alpha and Omega, the beginning and end. Our life is paved out. So it's imperative. It's important that we stay rooted in His word and everything that He give us. When we veer off course, start doing our own thing, thinking that, taking for granted life, Most High can take us out like that, can remove us from life. Then we're going to be judged. And Most High going to look, what was you doing? You wasn't doing it. You weren't serving me. We take for granted our Father in heaven a lot. So it's good to be humble. It's great to be humble and great to serve the Lord and great to read, to know about our Father. Not just knowing about our Father, knowing about us, who we are as His chosen children, Israel, the Israelites, and these wicked nations that hate YaHaWah. They hate Him. They fear Him as well, and they don't respect Him. So the Most High got to show them. He had to show Pharaoh, you know what, I'm going to plague them. I'm going to kill them. I'm going to plague them up, give them all kinds of disease and sickness and plague their land, plague everything about them. You know, make them drink blood, water turn to blood. Just a whole lot of things that the Most High has done to those that are wicked. He preserved us. He preserved us, Israel, in the land of Egypt, while the Egyptians suffered. Their crops suffered, their cattle suffered. The firstborn of everything died. It wasn't just the men, it was the women, the cattle, every animal. Can you imagine you walking through, everything's dead? The things that we don't know what's the firstborn of the animals or most of them or the creatures, and it's just death. It stunk of death. And they suffered. The Most High showed His power. Like, okay, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna deal with you. And all of these wicked nations heard about YaHaWah and YaHaWah's people. We're reading it right now. I just back it up a little bit. It says, thou, in verse 13, though in thy mercy hast led forth the people which thou hast redeemed. The Most High redeemed us from slavery. to free us. Thou hast guided them in thy strength unto thy holy habitation. The people shall hear and be afraid. Sorrow shall take hold on the inhabitants. All those that's out there in the world, the inhabitants of the world, they heard about us. They know who we are. They know. They know. People may look at us Israelites as strange. We would have our fringes on. Just have your antenna up, have your discernment on, man. They looking and peeping and checking like, and they know. A lot of them they know our history. They know who we are. The Most High wouldn't tell us to look where the fringes throughout the generations, that blue ribbon, the fringes hang. You think some people don't? You think these other nations don't know? They have some idea of who we are. And then you about the Lord, oh man, they really feel. Then the melanin in your skin, and not just the melanin in your skin, because there's a lot of us that have melanin in the skin, but don't love the Lord. In Palestine, the Ham and them, they didn't love the Lord. They was against us. They was in witchcraft, darkness, and black magic and all kinds of crazy stuff. All these nations was not about the Most High. They're not about keeping the commandments of the Most High. They're not about honoring the Most High and what the Most High did for us, Israel. And it's a separation among all these people in the world. It's a separation. A lot of people think, everybody think they got it together. Oh, the Most High for everybody. No, he's not. Truthfully, he was for Israel. We keep reading over and over what he did for Israel. He didn't do it for these other nations. He had these other nations in fear of him for what he did for us. Verse 15, then the dukes of Edom shall be amazed. The mighty men of Moab trembling shall take hold upon them. All the inhabitants of Canaan shall melt away. The Most High is taking us into Canaan. We're going. That's where we're going. That's what the land of milk and honey is for us. We're on our way there. We are on our way there to Canaan, and these nations hear about us, and we just coming out of the Red Sea, what the Most High did to destroy the Egyptians. Now, time is passing. We got to spend 40 years in the desert, marching around Mount Sinai, for the Most High to establish, to build us up in faith and strength in Him, so that we can stand on the word of the Most High, so we can stand against these wicked nations that come against it. The Most High is the Alpha and Omega. He can see what we cannot see. We have to trust Him. We have to believe in Him, trust Him, have faith, and walk upright in Him. We have to walk blindly, the way our ancestors had to walk blindly. Not saying that their eyes was covered, they got to walk like that, but blindly, not knowing where the Most High taking them, but trusting that the Most High taking them somewhere safe, to be above all other nations. We're not supposed to be below. We're supposed to be above. And we're not above the way we're supposed to be above, because we was murmuring, complaining, and hearkening against the Most High's word, and the Most High had to spank us. He had to put us on punishment. In verse 16, it says, fear and dread shall fall upon them by the greatness of thine arm. They shall be as still as stone, till thou people pass over. O Lord, till the people pass over, which thou hast purchased. The Most High purchased us with a blood. He purchased us. He redeemed us from the sin. The purchase, the blood of the Lamb, that the death angel, put on the post of all those that was not Israel, and the firstborn, everything shall die. That was the last plague the Most High put on the Egyptians. The angel of death going to put this blood on the post of the door, and every person in Egypt, the Egyptians among the languages living there, if they did not have the blood of that sacrificial animal on the doorpost, the Most High killed the firstborn, destroyed them, killed them. Let's read on. Let's go to 17. Let's read on.
Exodus 15, verse 17. Thou shalt bring them in and plant them in the mountain of thine inheritance, in the place, O Lord, which thou hast made for us. Which thou hast made for thee to dwell in the sanctuary, O Lord, which thy hands have established.
The Most High established His sanctuary, Salaki. The Most High established sanctuary among us. When we come together collecting, we like in the sanctuary of the Most High. We can come together anywhere. We can be out at the park, sitting down and congregating together. We're in the sanctuary of the Most High. The Most High built that. The Most High built his and established himself within us. He established us in the desert by building the tent of Holy of Holies and the gates, establishing the 12 tribes around the tents and the tabernacle. Three tribes on each side make 12 tribes of Israel camped around him by establishing. Kept keeping the sun off us, and keeping us warm by night with the pillar of fire. So let's go on. Let's keep on.
The Lord shall reign forever and ever. Reads verse 18. For the horse of Pharaoh went in with his chariots and with his horsemen into the sea. And the Lord brought again the waters of the sea upon them. But the children of Israel went on dry land in the midst of the sea. And Miriam, the prophetess, the sister of Aaron, took a timbrel in her hand, and all the women went out after her with timbrels and with dances. And Miriam answered them, Sing ye to the Lord, for he has triumphed gloriously. The horse and his rider hath been thrown into the sea. So Moses brought Israel from the Red Sea, and they went out into the wilderness of Shur. And they went 3 days into the wilderness and found no water. And when they came into Marah, they could not drink of the waters of Marah, for they were bitter. Therefore, the name of it was called Marah. And the people murmured. Here I go. And the people murmured against Moses, saying, What shall we drink? And he cried unto the Lord, and the Lord showed him a tree, which when he has cast into the waters were made sweet. Then he made for them a statute and an ordinance, and there he proved them. And he said,
Hold it right there. Now, back to murmuring and complaining. Well, we out here 3 days, we ain't had no water. All they got to do is ask the Most High. All we got to do is ask for what we want. Instead of murmuring, complaining, we just ask. Where's our faith? He just brought us out of Egypt. He brought us through the Red Sea. Now we 3 days in, and 3 days in the desert. We not dying. Okay, I'm thirsty. I want some water. Just ask. If I was among the Israelites, then at that time, no water, and I got a family, I'm gonna go to the elders. I'm gonna go to Moses, God's man, Aaron. I'm like, man, I need some water. We need some water. I'm thirsty, man. Instead of just complaining, like, man, we got to, most of us teaching us something, teaching us the whole faith, teaching us to believe in Him, teaching us that we can come to Him for whatever we need, and He give it to us. He will give us whatever we need. But a lot of us go left. A lot of us, I'm gonna go with this nation over here. I'm gonna go with the Moabs. I'm gonna go with the Edom. I'm gonna go with them and get provision and be treated like a Hebrew slave, as you are. Most I want us to be on top. Most I want us to know who we are in Him. We work like Hebrew slaves now. We work for these nations now, and we don't want to reverence the Most High. We suck up. We brown nose, kiss ass. Excuse my French. I got to put away, kiss ass to these other nations, man. They don't give a damn about us. As long as they can put their foot on our neck and treat us like the Hebrew slaves that we are unto them, they're gonna continue to do it. And we be dumbed down to not reverence the Most High. Stupid. The good of another nation, stupid, dumbed down, destroyed for lack of knowledge. And we want to big up like we doing something big, we doing something great, we doing nothing. You ain't reverencing the Most High. How long do we want to be dumbed down, not acknowledging our Lord and Savior, our Father in heaven? The Most High want to establish Himself with us, and we murmuring, complaining about everything. And step by step, the Most High showing His sovereignty, showing His power unto us. And how long does it take us to recognize and see? But let's go on, read on, sister.
Verse 26, Exodus 15, verse 26. And said, if thou wilt diligently hearken to the voice of the Lord thy God, and wilt do that which is right in his sight, and wilt give ear to his commandments, and keep all of his statutes, I will put none of these diseases upon thee, which I have brought upon the Egyptians. For I am the Lord that healeth thee. And they came to Elim, which were 12 wells of water, and 70 palm trees, and they encamped there by the waters.
Calm, King, hold it right there. Hold it right there, sister. Calm, King, calm. Now, if we go back to verse 25, and he cried unto the Lord, and the Lord showed him a tree, which when he had passed into the waters were made sweet. There he made for them a statute and an ordinance, and there he proved them. He showed them once again, man, I'm gonna give them sweet water. Because the other water, water that was there from the tree, they was bitter. They was no good. Probably tasted salty or just didn't taste right. But the Most High gave us sweet waters to drink. He provided for us. Not regular water, but sweet water. And made a statute about it, that, he rooted and stamped himself with Israel then. Verse 26, and said, if thou wilt diligently hearken to the voice of the Lord thou God, and will do that which is right in his sight, and will give ear to his commandments, and keep all his statutes, I will put none of these diseases upon thee, which I have brought upon the Egyptians, for I am the Lord that healeth thee. I trust the Most High. I don't think none of us want to suffer how the Egyptians suffered. Our firstborns dying. We eating bitter things. We eating crops that's no good. Diseased and impoverished with things. Man, I don't think nobody want to live like that. But the Most High will unleash his wrath. And he has unleashed his wrath. He has let Satan allow to let him release his wrath. That's what the bloodshed is here. Because they didn't listen to the commandments of the Most High. Adam and Eve didn't hearken to the commandments of the Most High. Eve was beguiled, and Adam listened to his wife, and they both were, banished from the Garden of Eden. Now they got to go through hard times. Having children, one son slaying another son. Bloodshed came. Most High destroyed this place. Had to destroy it. Yeah. Let's read on. Let's go to chapter 16, and some important points I want to bring out. And we'll be good. I want to read 16 and 17, but it's some important points I want to bring out in this chapter. So let's go. Let's read on.
Chapter 16, Exodus chapter 16, verse 1, manna. And they took their journey from Elim, and all the congregation. Oh, I'm sorry. You there?
You good? You good? I'm there.
Okay. So Exodus 16, verse 1, manna. And they took their journey from Elim, and all the congregation of the children of Israel came until the wilderness of Sin, which is between Elim and Sinai. On the 15th day of the second month after departing out of the land of Egypt. And the whole congregation of the children of Israel murmured against Moses and Aaron in the wilderness. And the children of Israel said unto them, would to God we had died by the hand of the Lord in the land of Egypt, when we sat by the flesh pots, and when we did eat bread to the full. For ye have brought us forth into the wilderness to kill his whole assembly with hunger. Then said the Lord unto Moses, Behold, I will rain bread from the heaven for you, and the people shall go out and gather a certain rate every day, that I may prove to them whether they will walk in my law or no. And it
Hold
shall.
right there. Hold.
Mhm.
Most High proved himself again with the children of Israel. They're complaining about bread, complaining about the bread they used to eat and have and eating good. And okay, I'm gonna bring y'all some manna from heaven. I'm gonna bring y'all some bread from heaven. And I'm gonna see how y'all curry yourself. Every single day, I'm gonna bring y'all manna from heaven. And gather as much as they can eat every day, that I may prove them whether they will walk in my law or no. I'm gonna see where they're gonna, walk up right before me. I'm gonna feed them. I'm keeping them warm by night, keeping them cool by the day, giving them fresh water to drink. I'm gonna see whether they're gonna stay about me. Let's read on.
Exodus 16, verse 5. And it shall come to pass that on the sixth day they shall prepare that which they bring in, and it shall be twice as much as they gather daily. And Moses and Aaron said unto all the children of Israel, At even then ye shall know that the Lord hath brought you out of the land of Egypt. And in the morning, then ye shall see the glory of the Lord, for that he heareth your murmurings against the Lord. And what are we, that we should murmur against us? And Moses said, This shall be when the Lord shall give you in the evening flesh to eat, and in the morning bread to the full. For the Lord heareth your murmurings, which ye murmur against him. And what are we? Your murmurings are not against us, but against the Lord.
Hold it right there. Hold it right there. Hold it right there. Hold it right there. Mm-hmm. Now, we're being proven every day. We're being proven every day. The Most High doing all that He do for us. And the Most High want us to be without sin. He want us to be murmuring against the Most High is like not a good thing. Complaining against the Most High is not a good thing because you're not trusting in the creator of the universe. You're not trusting in Him. Rob brought out a strong point out of Judah chapter 5, verse 21. I'm gonna just read it real quick. We don't have to, we can stay where we at. I just want to read this point out of Judah chapter 5, verse 21. Those that's the masses, if you're following along, take note. If any of us, we always go back and look, pull up Judah chapter 5, verse 21. But it reads, But if there be no iniquity in their nation, let my Lord now pass by, lest their Lord defend them and their God be for them, and we become a reproach before all the world. Now, all we got to do is to not have these pardon sins and iniquities on us. We'll just stay with the word of the Most High. But the Most High gonna make an example out of us. Israel gonna make an example. We don't do the Most High will. We don't keep with His commandments. We don't do what He say do. He's gonna make us a reproach in front of the whole world. We're gonna look bad. We're gonna look real bad. It's almost like you're supposed to be the top athlete on your team for your city or your state or your town. You're supposed to be top athlete. But you have a game to perform and you don't perform well. You look real crappy. But you know you better than that, but you just had a bad day that day. That's the Most High humbling you. Or you one-on-one contact and you get your butt whipped, demolished, wiped up, mopped up, smashed. That's the Most High humbling you. we as Israel, we're supposed to win. It's supposed to be win-win for us. If we're walking with the Most High, doing what the Most High tells us to keep His commandments and statutes, His laws, is win-win for us. But these other nations know that if we don't do that, and be all right, we're gonna be reproached, we're gonna look bad. And then guess what? It's not just one of us looking good. When we're supposed to all look good. So that's how you know that we're on point in that. Just because one is doing good, one up and flourishing in their material gain and their riches or whatever, you ain't up. You're not up. You're not up. You're actually really dumbed down. You're actually really in folly. You're actually really not right before the Most High. Because it's all about you, one person. When the rest of the nation of Israel is down, you're not up. We're not up. I don't care how good I'm doing, how well I'm living. I'm not up. If my people around me are not up, I should be enlightening my people to be up, be on point. Not to be a reproach, following on these other nations, thinking we up with them, thinking perpetrating among them. They know we ain't nowhere. They know me, that individual person, thinking I'm nowhere, because my people are nowhere. When one part of Israel suffered, all of Israel suffered. Yeah, let's say we supposed to be YaHaWah the head of the sheep. We all one in the body of YaHaWah. Let your arm get chopped off and see how the rest of your body feels. Let your leg get chopped off. Let you get ran through by a sword. Let your head get chopped off. You ain't living. How good are you with one arm? How good are you with one leg? How good are you with one hand? How good are you with no fingers, no toes, no nose, no eyes, no ears? One eye gouged out. One eye gouged out and no ears. You look pretty hideous. You look pretty bad. The rest of the body functioning, but the rest of the body's suffering. Or your head got, or ladies, your head got to be shaved off. You reproach. Or sickness and disease covered. No good. You ain't no good for nothing. No good for no one. You're not good for you're not even feeling yourself to be good. You down and out. That's how the Most High see us. When we're not standing as one, standing together as one, being on point, we all suffer. Let's continue on. Let's read on.
Exodus 16, verse 9. And Moses spake unto Aaron, say unto all the congregation of the children of Israel, come near before the Lord, for he hath heard your murmurings. And it came to pass, as Aaron spake unto the whole congregation of the children of Israel, that they looked toward the wilderness, and behold, the glory of the Lord appeared in the cloud. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, I have heard the murmurings of the children of Israel. Speak unto them, saying, at even ye shall eat flesh, and in the morning ye shall be filled with bread, and ye shall know that I am the Lord your God. Verse 13, and it came to pass that even the quails came up and covered the camp. And in the morning, the dew lay around about the host. And when the dew that lay was gone up, behold, upon the face of the wilderness, there lay a small round thing, as small as the ore frost on the ground. And when the children of Israel saw it, they said to one another, it is manna, for they wist not what it was. And when Moses unto them, this is the bread which the Lord has given you to eat. This is the thing with which the Lord has commanded. Gather it for every man according to his eating, and omer for every man according to the number of your persons. Take ye every man for them which are in the tents. And the children of Israel did so, and gathered some more, some less. And when they did meet it with an omer, he that gathered much had nothing over, and he that gathered little had no lack. They gathered every man according to his eating. And Moses said, let no man leave of it till the morning. Notwithstanding, they hearkened not unto Moses, but some of them left of it until the morning, and it bred worms and stink. And Moses was wroth with them. And they gathered it every morning, every man according to his eating. And when the sun waxed hot, it melted. Verse 22. And it came to pass.
Hold it right there for a second. Now, the Most High is trying to establish Israel with something. They murmuring about this, complaining about this. The Most High hear what's going on. He held thoughts. Gave them all the quail they can eat, all the meat they can eat, all the bread man they can eat. And they still was complaining. So now the Most High established, I'm going to rain this manna, and then eat it every day. Do not lay nothing over for the next day. You can gather as much as you want. Some gathered enough for their household, some didn't have enough, so, they had to go without. But the thing that the Most High is trying to establish, want the Israel to understand and establish was to listen and follow through his commandments, his law. Hearken your heart unto his voice. Listen, follow through. Stop giving all this kickback, back talk, this and that, you out the way. Sons, daughters, men, women, listen to what the Most High say. My sisters, listen to what the Most High say. Daughters, sisters that are wives, listen to what the Most High say. Listen to what your husband say. If he's in his word, he's going to lead you and guide you the proper way. If he's hearkening to what the Most High, we are supposed to be like Moses and the elders, the men. We cover our wives, we cover our children, we cover our household the way it's supposed to be properly covered. If we hearken and listen to what the Most High says. The Most High is trying to establish us by, listening to him. Follow through what the Most High said. You can't outthink the Most High. You can't outwit the Most High. You can't outsmart the Most High. Just be obedient and listen. Follow through. That's all. That's it. It's not hard. Humble yourself. Stop thinking we know everything. Stop thinking you know everything. They're single about being, speaking to the master, but we got to take account. Build of ourselves, man. Listen to what the Most High said. Follow through. Humble ourselves. Because if you don't listen, something's going to be missing out of your life. Read verse 20 again real quick. To 22. Read verse 20 again.
Before we read verse 20, can I read verse 18?
Sure.
Because it basically said, and when they did meet it with an Omar, he that gathered much, that took too much, had nothing left over. And he that gathered little, he didn't lack. So it was like a balance. If you took too much, then there was nothing left over. If you took too little, you were provided with. You didn't lack. Am I reading that? Am I understanding that right?
And when they met it with an omer, he that gathered much had nothing over. Mm-hmm. I guess it's the measuring of what they gathered. And he that gathered little had no lack. They gathered every man according to his eating. So, can any of the Akim expound on this with me for me? Maybe precepting it to get understanding? Because it's just to ask the question, so we want to answer the question.
He gathered little, had no lack. It's like he provided for those who didn't gather enough. That's the way I'm reading it.
Say it again. Repeat it.
It seems like he provided for those who took too little, because they had no lack. So if you didn't take what you should have taken, some people probably should have taken more. It seems to me like he provided, but I just wanted to hear about that.
Yeah. Salakia,
No,
I
we
think
can count on.
simply everybody got what they needed.
Mm-hmm.
And this is
That's
in
fair.
regards to verse 18.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it says, if we can just scroll up a little bit, because remember he gave him a specific commandments um, that they gather just enough for that day and not to have anything left over because the next morning it was going to spoil, right? It's basically when you
Mm-hmm.
go back up from the beginning of the chapter, we read about them murmuring, right? Because he's like, yo, you led us all the way out here for us just to kill us. So they didn't have that much trust in him. So you see, as we read in here, you see them gathering enough because they don't trust God. They're like, yo, he's probably going to uh not give us something. So you know what? I'm gonna gather extra just so I have for tomorrow. But he's telling them just gather what you need because he's going to provide for you the next day, and so on. So I think we read it, or if it's and we stopped at 22. Yeah, so it said in 21, and they gathered it every morning, every man according to his eating, and when the sun waxed hot, it melted, because that which remained was done away with. So just basically gather what you need, and that's it. So that's all it's saying. And then as we read in 22 on the preparation day, it's going to make a little bit more sense. Or did we read 22 and
I think we started 22, but that's a great reference and point to make. Let's look at 2 Corinthians chapter 8, verse 14 and 15 to give a better understanding of Exodus chapter 16, verse 18. Because when we're reading, the Most High always, he teaches us through the precepts. So we're in the Old Testament, we're going to go into the New Testament. Can you pull it up, B, real quick?
And what verse?
2 Corinthians chapter 8, verse 14. We're going to read 14 and 15.
I think you missed one too. It was Sister Amawan, you put up 1 Corinthians chapter 10. We can come back to that though. But you said Second
Come.
Corinthians chapter 8 and what?
8 and 14. Come, we can
14.
grab, we can grab it too.
Kind of this up.
Okay. 2 Corinthians chapter 8, verse 14.
I'll read it for you.
Go ahead. Appreciate you.
2 Corinthians chapter 8, verse 14. But by an equality that now at this time your abundance may be a supply for their want, that their abundance also may be a supply for your want, that there may be equality.
Read verse 15.
As it is written, he that had gathered much had nothing over, and he that had gathered little had no lack.
Now, he that had gathered much had nothing over, and he that had gathered little had no lack. Like Rob said, they gathered according to how much each household ate. Now, uh, you got that household got all men there, maybe one woman, the mother, she got all sons and a husband. There's gonna be a lot of eating in there, so they're gonna gather a lot, and no one is gonna suffer because everybody is eating till they full. It's not going to be anything left over, because according to their what they need, they got what they needed. They satisfied until the next day. And he that had gathered little had no lack. If you got a household, they got all women, one man, all women, no man, gonna be little eating, but they not gonna lack anything because everybody full, everybody good. Nobody is suffering. Nobody is gone hungry. The house that eat a lot got a lot. The house that ate less got what they need. You might got a house that got 10 loaves of manna, then one house only got one loaf of manna. They satisfied. No one lacks anything. No one is hungry. Now, if that household that ate a lot gathered one slither of manna, one bread, they can be hungry. Or if a household gathered more than what they should eat, okay, they got enough to eat. They can eat all night. They good. But the next morning, if any left over, it's going to rot. It's going to stink. It's not going to be no good. So the Most High is making sure that every household is established by listening to Him. Get as much as you need, as much as you want. Because come when that time is over with, you can't have that manna over the next day. It's going to be stinking and rotten. And some of the Israel, they try to get a lot, not needing it, but they say, I'm gonna have some left over for tomorrow. The Most High, like, man, turn to stinking, it's rotten, it's no good, you can't eat it. So the Most High wants us to trust that He's gonna provide for us every single day. He's showing us that we should trust that He's gonna give us all the food we need to eat according to our household. Verse 20, it says in I'll read 19. And Moses said, let no man leave of it till the morning. Don't, if you got some left over, throw it out. Everybody should be full of what they had. Throw it out. No good. Notwithstanding, they hearkened not unto Moses, but some of them left of it until the morning, and it bred worms and stank. And Moses was wroth with them. They didn't listen to what God said. Get what you need. That's it. You don't got to be greedy. You don't got to have all this, because it's like a waste. It's like a waste. You wasting. You got all this manna, all this bread to eat, and y'all didn't eat it, and it's leftovers, and now it's rotten. It went to waste. But if you gathered as much as the household needed, everybody's gonna be satisfied. A virtuous woman knows her household, know what her house needs. She provides for her house. The house lacks nothing. Make sure she might have a husband, he eat a lot. We'll make sure he get the half of the turkey, versus, she might have a husband that he just only want to eat the chicken leg. Every woman knows what her household needs according to how her family eats. She's preparing the man. Come on, King.
And I just like to bring out another point in regards to that verse 18, just in Exodus about taking enough, just what you need, right? We see that that example is in Exodus 12. I'll just read it for time's sake. It's in regards to the Passover. I'll just read it real quick. Exodus chapter 12, verse 3, where it says, unless you want to get it.
Go ahead. No, I'll read. Go ahead. Oh, you talking about beyond? You talking about
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it up while you reading it. You said 12 and 3, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm gonna just get to the point real quick. It says, speak ye unto all the congregation of Israel, saying, in the 10th day of this month they shall take to them every man a lamb according to the house of their fathers, a lamb for an house. And if the household be too little for that lamb, right? They're taking a lamb. Each person has a lamb for their house. But if there's only a small family in that house, it says, let him and his neighbor next unto his house take it according to the number of the souls. Every man according to his eating shall make an count for the lamb. So don't take too much. So that one lamb that you take for your house, if you only got a small amount of people, you're going to have excess and it's going to go to waste. So you're sharing with your neighbor according to the people in his house so that you both have enough for one lamb. So this is another aspect of God giving a commandment to the children of Israel on gathering and having just enough, because at the end of this, whatever remaineth over, they had to burn with fire, burn with the coals.
Get rid of it. And also, I like that point that you made with this particular verse, because here it is. If that household took too much, and if the house was a little too much, it might have been a house that didn't have enough. And we supposed to be able to share among each other. We're supposed to look out for one another. I just take that and use it that way too. We ain't supposed to see our neighbor suffer. And our neighbor is us. We're us. If I get a lamb, there's only two in my house, I got a lamb, and a house may have not enough lamb. They got a bigger household, and not enough lamb. We as one, we probably more likely know about it. Like, hold on, man, I got enough lamb, man. To share. And nothing goes to waste. Nothing goes to waste. When we look at our ancestors here in the Americas, before quote unquote Christopher Columbus supposed to discover this place, when we had our tribes here, they didn't waste anything. They didn't just slaughter the buffalo. They didn't slaughter the animals for sport. They prayed unto the Most High that this was a gift unto them from the Most High to provide for their family. And they shared among each other. Nothing went to waste. I'm sure all of us been raised, when, the mother know how much her household eats. The wife know how much house eats. And when she put that food on that plate, guess what? You better eat it. Some families like, I'm raised, look, man, you gonna eat everything on that plate. The vegetables, you don't like, you gonna eat them. You're gonna sit there until they disappear. Some form, some fashion, they better disappear, but eat everything on the plate. Now, mother know, okay, I can't feed him too much because he a picky eater, finicky eater, like this, like that. Feed your family accordingly. Most High making this clear for us to understand it. You don't give a child, little child, he ain't gonna eat that much. You give him a lot on a plate, he's gonna be overwhelmed. He's gonna eat what he want, and the rest probably gonna go in the trash. Let's eat it another day. But you learn gradually, okay, I can't give little Johnny too much. Give him little pieces at a time. Let him eat that. Let him work with that. See what he do. If he eat all that and he want more, we give him a little bit more. And according to his eating habits, how little Johnny eat. Do it like that. But let's move on. And Most High establishing us in the desert by gathering this manna for the household to eat as much as they need to eat and nothing go to waste. Let's read. I'll read verse 21, and then you can pick up Renee to read the rest. It says, and they gathered in every morning, every man according to his eating, and when the sun waxed hot, it melted. So anything that was left over, that manna, it turned to worms, turned to maggots. It's no good. It starts stinking. Read on, YaHaWah, Renee, verse 22.
Exodus 16:22. And it came to pass that on the sixth day they gathered twice as much bread, 2 omars for one man.
Oh, you said Exodus 16:22, or you on
Exodus 16:22?
Okay, yeah, my bad, slot, because I went back. All right, you can continue.
Okay, you want me to start from the beginning?
Go ahead, read from the top.
Okay, Exodus. Oh, okay, 16:25.
22.
22. And it came to pass that on the sixth day they gathered twice as much bread, 2 omars for one man, and all the rulers of the congregation came and told Moses. And he said unto them, this is that which the Lord has said. Tomorrow is the rest of the holy Sabbath unto the Lord. Bake that which ye will bake today, and seeth that ye will seeth and that which remaineth over lay up for you to be kept until the morning. And they laid it up until the morning, as Moses bade, and it did not stink, neither were there any worms there within. And Moses said, Eat that today, for today is the Sabbath unto the Lord. Today ye shall not find it in the field. 6 days ye shall gather it, but on the seventh day, which is the Sabbath, in it there shall be none.
Okay, hold it right there. Hold it right there. Now the Most High is establishing us every day, 6 days out of the week, gathered every day. Because within those 5 days, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, they can pick as much. They can eat, they pick the manna up according to their household, eat it, be satisfied. The Most High gonna make sure they eat every day. On the 6th day, gather twice as much, because they're gonna have to eat it for Friday and Saturday. There was not gonna be no manna found on the ground. The Most High didn't rain manna down for them to eat. Save it up. The Most High made a special exception for Israel. Like, okay, on Friday, gather as double as much for your household. You're gonna have some for the day, and you have some for tomorrow. Because on the Sabbath day, the Most High didn't do any work. He sat back, rested. There was not gonna be no manna found. And if you did not do what according to the Most High stated, there was not gonna be any food left over. They was not gonna find any. So you're gonna go hungry. So it would behoove us, Moses, that your household picked enough manna for Friday and Saturday, and using myself saying my household did not do that. Now come the Sabbath day, ain't no manna there, you got no food, but just quote unquote, as you said, we share it. If we want to, we can share it. Make sure you're looking out. All right. I'm gonna say, man, I got about 2 loaves of manna left over. We good. You can take it, save it. But we had the kind of heart like that to share with one another, that family would go hungry because he didn't obey to what Moses said. Man, look, gather. Most High said, gather twice as much, because on the Sabbath you're not gonna find no manna. So the Most High rained manna down 6 days out the week. 6 days out the week he rained manna. But on that 6th day, gather twice as much, because you're going to need something to lay over for the next day. And the Most High make sure that bread that was laid over for the next day, the manna was laid over for the next day, it will not stink. It will not rot. But any other day, out of the other 5 days, it's going to stink and rot out. So this is how the Most High wants us to be, to trust him and listen to him. Not just with the physical ears, but spiritual ears, spiritual heart and mind. Listen, okay, I'm going to gather enough. We're going to have some cakes to eat today. And them cakes gonna be laid over. The rest of the cakes gonna be laid over for another whole day of the Sabbath, and we be good. It ain't gonna stink. It ain't gonna rot. No maggots gonna get in it, and we're gonna be okay. That's the only time the Most High allotted manna to stay good overnight on the 6th day. We prepared for the Sabbath day. Like I told you, Sister Renee, preparation, prepare. Because we're not supposed to do this or do that on the Sabbath day. We're supposed to be relaxed, chill, and be how we are right now. But you got things prepared for today, sandwiches, or, put little certain provisions. Okay. You have your drinks to drink, okay. And it'd be okay to fast. There's nothing wrong with fasting. But I wanted to make that point clear that the Most High didn't rain. No, we read, he ain't rain no manna. Verse 24. And Moses said, eat that today, for today is a Sabbath unto the Lord. Today ye shall find it says, today ye shall not find it in the field. You're not gonna find it. Don't go out there think you're gonna get manna the next day, next morning. Ain't gonna be none. Because Most High ain't doing no work on the Sabbath day. 6 days ye shall gather it, but on the Sabbath day, which is the Sabbath, in it there shall be none. There will be none. Be no manna found for them to eat. Verse 27. Go ahead, Sister Renee, read on verse 27.
Exodus 16, verse 27. And it came to pass that there went out some of the people on the 7th day for to gather, and they found none.
Some of them didn't hearken. Some of them didn't listen. They didn't gather twice as much for the household. And they thinking it's all sweet. They think the Most High ain't about what he say about. They go out there the next day, Saturday, some went out there. Hey, ain't no man out there. And the households that had money, they eating good. They laid back, eating good. But the ones that wasn't prepared, didn't hearken, didn't listen, wasn't humble, wasn't submissive, wasn't in subjection, wasn't obedient. Now they suffer. Ain't nothing to be found on the Sabbath day. The most I mean we say about this Sabbath day. Let's read on. Read verse 28.
I got a lot of background noise. Okay, Exodus 16:28. And the Lord said unto Moses, how long refuse ye to keep my commandments and my laws?
Question mark.
Question.
Slow down. You reading it though it's not a question mark right there. You
okay, I can read it again.
No, don't read it again.
Okay.
When you see a question mark, it's not a run-on sentence. It's not a period there that you pause for a second to read. This is a question mark right there. And me personally, how I read the Bible, if I'm reading with someone for one, and the question mark comes in, let's answer that question. Let's see where your mind is. Let's see where our minds are. It's a question mark. How long, it says, how long refuse ye to keep my commandments and my laws? How long is it going to take for a person to keep the laws and commandments of the Most High? How long does it take? What does it take to keep the laws and commandments of the Most High?
You asking me?
Asking anyone. You want to answer? How long refuse ye to keep my commandments and my laws? If you're keeping the laws and the commandments, then you're not refusing what the Most High is saying unto you. But if you refuse to keep them, how long is it going to take you to get it right? Get right with the Most High to keep them? It's a question mark there. The Most High is providing for us. These are our ancestors. This is us. This is our bloodline. Us living today, right now, breathing in blood running through our veins, heart pumping blood through our veins. These are our ancestors. The ones that made it through were the ones that hearkened to the voice of the Most High to keep the commandments and laws of the Most High. And the ones that didn't make it through, Most High had them swallowed up. The ground swallowed them. They were dying from snake bites, poison, and disease. They was dying. Sister died. You absolutely right. If we love the Most High, but sometimes some it take a long time to understand this. So we're not reading to understand to get an understanding of what the Most High is saying. It's gonna go right over our head. I'm gonna just read straight through, slow down, take our time. The Most High wants us to walk with Him. If Adam and Eve used to walk, YaHaWah used to walk in the cool of the day with Adam and Eve. They had it easy breezy. And they was all good. They was all righteous. They was they wasn't found no sin in it. You think Satan liked that? Satan hated that. Satan hated that the sovereignty of Adam and Eve was one with God. Said, I got to find a way to get them to break the law, get them to do what they want to do it how they want to do it. So he went to Satan appeared to the woman, which was the weaker vessel. Adam had to teach his wife the law. She knew it. The serpent questioned her. Satan questioned her. She knew that she wasn't supposed to touch the tree of knowledge of good and evil. She said, we can eat from all of the trees. Say now, you can't. We can eat from all of the trees. But that one in the middle, you can't. They lied, tricked her. Surely, we won't surely die. But we surely died. We see that. We surely killed. We died. We supposed to live for eternity. Now we got to work hard to get back to the tree of life. That's in the kingdom of heaven, man. So the Most High don't want us to live with the iniquity of sin in our bodies. We can read that out of Genesis chapter 3, verse 20, 21, somewhere like that. The Most High don't want us to live like that. So it's important to keep the commandments and the laws of the Most High.
Salakia.
Go on, King.
Just at 22, if we can scroll back up, just to kind of clear it up a little bit for them. It says, let's see, because we kind of hit on it yesterday about that preparation day about when the Messiah rose from the dead, right? And it was talking about that preparation day before the Sabbath. This is that 6th day is that preparation day. We're preparing for the Sabbath. So by preparing, we're going out buying the things that we need, cooking the things that we need to cook, right? It says in 22, and it came to pass that on the 6th day they gathered twice as much bread. The first through the 5th day, they were just gathering just enough for that day. But now it's the 6th day and they're gathering twice as much because that 7th day is the Sabbath and they are not allowed to gather on that day because that is the day of rest. So that preparation day, he's saying, gather everything you need to gather on the 6th day, right? Twice as much bread, 2 omers for one man, and all the rulers of the congregation came and told Moses. And verse 23, and he said unto them, this is what the Lord hath said, tomorrow is the rest of the holy Sabbath day unto the Lord. Bake that which ye will bake today. Bake just means cook. And seethe that ye will seethe. Seethe means to boil. So some people boil food, meaning, you got boiled chicken or whatever it is the case, whatever food you're going to make, we boil, right? We bake and we boil. And that which remaineth over, lay up for you to be kept until the morning. So it's telling us to cook everything on the 6th day so that we have leftovers for tomorrow, for the Sabbath day. So we're gathering everything we need to gather so that we can cook twice as much, cook for that 6th day and cook for that 7th day. Because we read in 24, and they said, and they laid it up into the morning as Moses bade, and it did not stink or perish, right? Neither was there any worm therein. So it's crucial that we see that point because we're not allowed to buy, sell, uh, do any of these things on the Sabbath day. That is a day of rest.
Buy, sell, so like it too, Ken. You absolutely correct. Buy, sell, cook, or clean. Buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, ain't purchase anything, not nor sell anything, nor to work or to clean. We got money in our pocket. Yeah, we can go buy this and that. We got stuff that we can sell. We can make money. No, most I don't want to do that. No cooking and no cleaning. We just supposed to do what we're doing right now. And it's imperative too, Moses, that to listen to what the Moses are telling us, because those that did not listen, did not pay attention, wasn't studious in class. They went out the next day and with no manna there. They found them. Because the Most High laid back chilling. The Most High didn't work on the Sabbath day. We can read that out of Genesis. I think that's Genesis 1 and 27, 20, or second Genesis. I'm gonna just skim through it. Yeah, second Genesis, Genesis chapter 2, verse 2. And on the 7th day, God ended his work which he had made and rested on the 7th day from all his work which he had made. And God blessed the 7th day and sanctified it because that it had rested from all his work which God created and made. So after the Most High finished creating everything, we can go back to Genesis chapter 1, verse 31. God saw everything that he had made, and behold, it was very good. And the evening and the morning were the 6th day. The Most High was finished with all his work. He ain't doing nothing. He's sitting back. He laid back. He's chilling. He hallowed the 7th day, sanctified it, made it a holy day for us. He's the Alpha and Omega to make sure that we do the same thing. Because we work hard. Some of us work very, very hard. We need a day of rest. This is a rest day. The Most High holiday made it holy. We're not doing nothing wrong. Nothing out of the way. The world busy doing what they want to do. Everybody running out, spending money, shopping, working, cleaning, cooking up. You can't, you go to the restaurant, you're going to sit down, you're going to be served, but hey, you spending money to eat that meal that them cooks are bringing out. Them cooks in that restaurant, they ain't honoring the Sabbath day. The world don't honor the Sabbath day. The Sabbath day, the holy day of the Most High, the day that is sanctified and hallowed, is the busiest day of the week. It's way busier than Sunday. Sunday is a regular day. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday is a regular day. Friday is an extraordinary day because the Most High wants us to prepare for the Sabbath day to hallow, to keep it holy. So we got to do a little bit extra on the Friday. But the rest of the days of the week, man, it's busy. And the Sabbath day is one of the busiest days of the week. Every day, those 4 days out the week, those 4 days out the month on a Saturday, busy, jumping, a lot of business. They get their money. They look for spending customers. We the number one consumers in the world. Us melanated people, the Israelites, the melanated us. We the most flyest, fashionable individuals in the world. We have swagger. The most beautiful women in the world. All nations want you. The Akyam, the most handsome and stand up, the thoroughest dudes on the planet Earth. All the women in different nations, they want us. But we got to honor the Most High. We got to keep among ourselves.
Slakia. Also, in the commandments, right? It said to remember the Sabbath day, because he knew we were going to forget it, right? And we've definitely forgot the Sabbath day. And on top of that, that Sabbath day was changed. So we no longer remember the Sabbath day. We no longer keep it holy, right? It said, I think it's Daniel 7:25, where it says that the wicked would change times and laws, and it shall be given into his hands to change these things. They've definitely changed the times and the laws. They changed all the holy days to pagan holidays. They changed times, right? The Sabbath day is now Sunday.
Or any day of the week, man.
They said, oh, it's okay for man to be with a man, woman to be with a woman. So it's very important that we get back to reading the Bible and learning what it is that we're supposed to be doing verbatim versus listening to these false prophets and teachers. Because I grew up Baptist. I've learned all of this in the church. And I realized everything that I've learned was a lie. Everything. It was proven to me that it was a lie. So I had to get rid of it. And I started reading. And that's all we need to do is just study to show ourselves approved.
Salaki, I have a question. Or I shouldn't say question, just the addition for the question that it says, where was it? The one that I meant. Okay, there it is. So, how long refuse ye to keep my commandments and laws? So when I think of that, and I know Sister Nadia mentioned how it should be immediate, but we have to remember there are those that are hard-headed. And I think of my children, and there's an expression that I often say, particularly to my youngest, like, how many times I got to tell you this? Like, how many times do I have to tell you this before you do it? So yes, we should do these things immediately. But the Lord knew, because he was asking this question, how many times I gotta tell you this? Like, when are you gonna get it? So that kind of stuck out to me when the question, quote unquote, was focused in on.
Yeah, it's funny how everything, how it's the father and children in the Bible, it's the same thing with us, the parents and our children. It's the exact same thing.
Mm-hmm.
And the example is in the Bible for us to implement with our children. The same thing with punishment. It's in the Bible, and we implement the same thing with our children. And that's it. We got laws for our own children and what they need to do, living in our house. Same thing with God. It has for us, dwelling in the earth. We are to follow him. That's why there's that, what do you call it? That structure, in I think it's First or Second Corinthians, 14:3, about it's the Most High, then His Son, then man, then woman, and child. So that's the structure that they wanted us to live by. So we had to follow what it is our Father said.
Being obedient. Being obedient. Now,
Sis Nadia said Isaiah 3:12.
You want to check? We can check it out. I'll be turn to it. Check it out.
You said Isaiah what up?
3:12.
Yeah, Aquaf Nadia posted.
Isaiah. Oh, okay. Yeah.
I'll read it. You want me to read it?
Go ahead, please. Go ahead.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 3, verse 12. As for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. O my people, they which lead thee cause thee to err, and destroy the way of thy paths.
Read verse 13.
The Lord standeth up to plead, and standeth to judge the people.
Read verse 14.
The Lord will enter into judgment with the ancients of his people and the princes thereof. For ye have eaten up the vineyard. The spoil of the poor is in your houses.
Them houses not gonna be no good. The children running it. There ain't no law there. Ain't no judgment. The children are running it. There's no order. So it's gonna be anything out of order. Hey, the kingdom of heaven is in perfect decent order. But we down here, the men not upright, just because it's not a man in the house, it should be a man in the house. Because how did that woman come about to have children without a man? So it had to be some order. It had to be something that was not right. So then that mother suffers. She may not be strong enough to raise those children on her own. The children get to running things. A woman don't know what to do with an insolent son. She'd have no rule over him. He telling her what to do. Mom, get the hell out of my room. He 12 years old, tell his mother, get out of the room, and she's gonna be breaking down unless she kill him. Unless she hurt her, put him in the hospital. If that's a mother like that, but that's still not right to do. That's still not right to do. You got some sisters, they go boots upside the son's head, doing that, abusing him. I use my brother as an example. Yeah, I have a 10-year-old niece. The mother cannot, my sister-in-law, she cannot yell at my niece. No yelling, no fussing when you talk to her. You need to pull the belt out and scold her. That's what he believed. He's like, man, I had enough beats in my life, man. I don't need to beat my daughter, man. I just talk to her. He a man of reasoning. He had to go do some things where he reasoned. The children understand. You can get their attention. They understand. Even though the scripture says, spare the rod, spoil the child. But you raise him right. I raised my son. I never had to beat my son. You know, give him a stern look, face my voice, we gonna straighten up. And his mother was on his neck anyway. So when you have a two-parent household, it's much easier to raise children. It's not, it won't be hard. When you got a woman, you know, my mother raised me and my brothers, tough love. She was nice, she was sweet when she wanted to be, but for the most part, she leaned on us real tough. She tough love. And trust, we was not running nothing. And Shorty was, you know, quote unquote, they called my mother Shorty Die. Her name was Diane. You know, part of Shorty Die. Shorty Die did not play. Her sister called her Shorty because she was the shortest one, but she was a giant. You know, over the years she changed. I guess she ain't got that fighting fire like she used to. She still got it, but it ain't like it used to be. But, you know, my brothers and I wasn't running things. My mother was hands-on. That sister Renee shared with me, she was hands-on. You know, you know, you had to put the fear of God in them, put the fear of God in the kids to make them act right, be right. But we're a broken nation, broken families. You know, going into relationships the wrong way, not choosing the wrong woman, choosing the wrong man, not knowing is the word, to keep to the word, keeping the laws and the commandments. That's first and foremost important, that the father be the head of his household, be a responsible man to the woman that he chooses to be with. And that woman, you know, be obedient. Obedient, sisters, obedient to your fathers, to your husbands, to your covers, your head. They know what's right, especially if they're doing according to the word, according to the commandments and the Most High, his laws.
So like it also is by design.
Oh yeah,
That's
definitely.
the curse of Deuteronomy, that it said it would be this way. You know, that us as men, you know, would not get along with our wives and would hate them and would leave them uh without any help, right? That whole baby mama drama. That's Deuteronomy 28 and like 50 something. Let me just get it. Deuteronomy 28 and 54, where it says, so that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eye shall be evil toward his brother, and toward the wife of his bosom, and toward the remnant of his children, which he shall leave. That's plagued in our community. We have the most baby mama drama to this day. We go on Maury Povich show, making a mockery out of ourselves and keeping us down and just in this lowest state. And it's entertainment, you know, and instead of loving our own brothers, right, being tender, them being tender amongst each other, loving our neighbor, right, our wives, taking care of our wives and the children, right, by us doing this, we hate our wives, we hate our children because we're not there, we're not in their lives. But I understand in other cases certain things may not work out between a man and a woman, um, as long as that father is still there within in that child's life. That's all the more important. And then also, if not, us as brothers are able to step in and be father figures to that child, be mentors, you know, to help. That's what we're supposed to do as a
Oh,
nation.
oh. And it's imperative and important of Moses that us men be rooted and grounded in the laws and commandments of the Most High to be able to lead the families, cover the families. If we was keeping to this law, it would not be a lot of broken families. If there were sisters keep to the laws and commandments of this word, it wouldn't be broken families. It'd be a union, be one. And Rob made a strong point. He brought it out in the chat. You know, First Corinthians chapter 11, verse 3. You know, you don't got to go to it, Brianna, but I read it. It says, but I would have you know that the head of every man is Christ, and the head of the woman is the man, and the head of Christ is God. Perfect, decent order. It's in that order, in no other order. And the woman is the head of the children. That's the order. That's just the solemn order. But I want to go on, so I'm gonna keep y'all so long. That we're gonna pick up at verse 29. And let me see. Make sure everything on point. Okay, Rob brought out another point. We're gonna hold that point real quick. Hold up. True that. If he's upright and he's girded right in this truth, I missed that. I'll read it real quick. Mark chapter 3, verse 22. This Rob presented this. No man can enter into a strong man's house and spoil his good, except he will first bind the strong man, and then he will spoil his house. That's the enemy coming in wrecking havoc. You know, that man on point, strong, standing on the word of the Most High, and his wife in order, bringing out 1 Corinthians chapter 1, 1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 3. That strong man standing in the Most High, the Most High covering Christ, Christ covering the man covering his wife. Ain't no be no discord. The enemy ain't gonna be able to come and pillage and rob that man's house and bind that man up. When the enemy comes in to bind that, the man supposed to be the strong man of the house. Anything that come to bind him up, the enemy has subdued him to infiltrate, to do whatever he wants, because the man is not bound up. So we bound, if we keep to the commandments, stay grounded in this truth, the enemy won't have opportunity to bind us up with worldly things and things not the Most High. The enemy comes to steal, kill, and destroy and cause chaos, confusion, and madness. You don't want to be with a woman that's unequally yoked. And sisters, you don't want to be with a man that's unequally yoked. They're not putting the Most High first. It must be a union, a strong union between a man and a woman to keep out the wiles of the devil. But let's move on. Exodus chapter 16 and read verse 29, Sister Renee.
Exodus 16:29. See, for the Lord hath giveth you the Sabbath. Therefore he giveth you on the 6th day the bread of 2 days. Abide ye every man in his place. Let no man go out of his place on the 7th day.
Moses was speaking on that. We got to prepare, for that on the 6th day, to prepare to have provisions for the house both days. The man don't have to go nowhere. If we in this truth, we got to go nowhere. If you ain't congregating before the Most High on the 7th day, you're pretty much not doing the will of the Most High. You're not standing in the laws and commandments of his way. You're just doing all the extra stuff. It's not needed. Shouldn't do it. Read on, verse 30.
So the people rested on the 7th day, and the house of Israel called the name of thereof manna, and it was like coriander seed, white, and the taste of it was like wafer made with honey. And Moses said, this is the thing which the Lord commanded. Fill an omer of it to be kept for your generations, that they may see the bread wherewith I have fed you in the wilderness, when I brought you forth from the land of Egypt. 33. And Moses said unto Aaron, take a pot and put an omer full of manna therein, and lay it up before the Lord, to be kept for your generations. And the Lord commandeth Moses. So Aaron laid it up before the testimony to be kept. And the children of Israel did eat manna 40 years until they came into the land inhabited. They did eat manna until they came into the border of the land of Canaan. Now an omer is the 10th part of an ephah. What is it?
Ephah. Now
ephah.
the Most High. You say what you had something to say? Sister Renee? Salaki.
No.
Okay. And sometimes, like these certain words that we read, you can always Google, you always define them to get deeper knowledge, deeper understanding. You can ask any of the Akim, but show yourself approved unto God. Study to show yourself approved unto God. There's certain words we can like. What is an Omer? Is the 10th part of an ephah? What is that? What is this? What is that? We got to define particular type of words to understand what it is, what we're dealing with, who it is. Is it something good, something evil? Is it an enemy? Is it a foe, a friend? And really truly understand what does it mean. That's why I love
ephah.
That's why I love the King James Version so much.
So
The English version will break it down, explain it their way, but get the King James Version. See that word? Let me define it. That's why you're supposed to have a pen and pad on hand. This is how you study. Have your Bible open, reading. A lot of people like to listen to a word. You ain't really getting much out of that. To me personally, you listening to the word come through and it's reading through. It's not stopping to answer any of the questions. It may be a question. They're not even saying I don't think when you have audio is reading through, it would say it's a question. Just read, just going straight through, but when you read and you open up this Bible, even though Akbiana be posting the scripture on here, on the Zoom, I like to go through my word. I like to have my word open. I like to see the words and read it, and I got my pad and taking notes, and I got to do that. I got to feed this brain. This brain hungry. I'm hungry. I desire the sincere milk, the water, the bread, the milk, the cheese, the steak. I want everything. I want a full course. When I finish eating this word, I'm gonna be full, and I'm gonna be so full. I got to meditate on this word. Meditate on it hard. But let's we're gonna read 17 is the last verse. I want to grab some things out of it, and Nadia, you've been quiet, lady. You want to read? Because you've been quiet. Sister Renee read she read like 3 chapters, 14, 15, 16. Would you like to read Nadia? Come. And give Sister Renee brain chance to
yes. Thank you,
meditate
Sister
on some things.
Yes.
And I'll say it after we finish recording, and I'll mention it then. It just be us. All right, Nadia.
Okay.
Exodus chapter 17. We're going to read through. I wrote some key notes that one key note out of 17 that we're going to define, and but it's pretty much just reading through. I may stop you hearing it, but it's only 16 verses. Let's get it.
Okay. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 17 and verse 1. And all the congregation of the children of Israel journeyed from the wilderness of Sin. After their journeys, according to the commandment of the Lord, and pitched in Rephidim, and there was no water for the people to drink. Wherefore the people did chide with Moses and said, Give us water that we may drink. And Moses said unto them, Why chide ye with me? Wherefore do ye tempt the Lord? And the people thirsted there for water, and the people murmured against Moses and said, Wherefore is this that thou hast brought us up out of Egypt, to kill us and our children and our cattle with thirst?
Question mark right there. Salakia. Whenever you come to a question mark versus a period, let it, some of us might not have our Bibles in front of us, just, a question mark. Because it's a question.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think when we do come across these questions, you know, when we're reading for ourselves, when we come across questions, don't continue reading on. Just stop for a minute and meditate on that question and try to answer it the best you can. You read on, you'll find that the question will be revealed to you. Or that question will remain in your mind. Every time a question is asked, the brain has to process to answer it. Whether you answer it right, answer it wrong, but you will process whether to answer it or not. I'm just going to state that. But go on, read on.
Verse 4. And Moses cried unto the Lord, saying, what shall I do unto this people? ? They be almost ready to stone me. And the Lord said unto Moses, go on before the people, and take with thee of the elders of Israel, and thy rod, wherewith thou smotest the river, take in thy hand and go. Behold, I will stand before thee there upon the rock in Horeb, and thou shalt smite the rock, and there shall come water out of it, that the people may drink. And Moses did so in the sight of the elders of Israel. And he called the name of the place Massa, and Meribah, because of the chiding of the children of Israel, and because they tempted the Lord, saying, is the Lord among us or not? ? Verse 8. Then came Amalek and fought with Israel in Rephidim. And Moses said unto Joshua, choose us out of men and go out, fight with Amalek. Tomorrow I will stand on the top of the hill with the rod of God in mine hand. So Joshua did as Moses had said to him, and fought with Amalek. And Moses, Aaron, and Hur went up to the top of the hill. And it came to pass, when Moses held up his hand, that Israel prevailed. And when he let down his hand, Amalek prevailed.
Hold it right there. Hold it right there. Mm-hmm. Now, the Most High had us to go into Canaan, where the promises for Israel will be there, the land of milk and honey. But thriving, because we came out of the wilderness 40 years, eating manna. Now we're on our journey to Canaan. We come across Amalek. Sister Renee, do you know who Amalek is?
Can't say that I do.
Okay, that's fine. Nadiah, you know who Amalek is?
I know who it is. Yeah.
Who is Amalek?
The white man.
Esau.
Esau.
If you said
yep.
Esau, then I would have known. I'm like,
okay.
I mean, that's funny, but in actuality, yes. You know,
don't beat me.
I mean, no, this is good. It's good. That is Yana. Can we go to Google and we define who is Amalek?
That's the so-called Jewish people.
Khan, as sis stated, you know, she put it raw. She put it raw. She gave it no seasoning, just straight up. Who is Amalek? You know, that's what I pulled up, but it's gonna pop up what I had put. You went to Google.
Yeah, see, it's just the descendant of Esau.
Khan. Let me put my glasses on. Let's have fun with this right here. It says in the Hebrew Bible, Amalek is a nomadic tribe and nation that was a fierce enemy of the Israelites. Yeah, enemies is Amalek. It says who they were. Amalek was a descendant of Esau, the grandson of Abraham, and a tribe chief of Edom. The Amalekites were a confederation of Edomite tribes who lived in the new regime. Am I saying this right? New Negev region near the border of Edom. Now, let me see. Push on. Show more. Yeah. We can read what the Bible says. In Exodus, God vowed to blot out the Amalekites from under heaven because of their sins. In 1 Samuel, Samuel told Saul to attack Amalek and utterly destroy all that they had. Saul carried out the command, but spared the Amalekite king, Agag, and some of the sheep and cattle, which that he was supposed to destroy everything in there. But in my definition, I just want to read real quick. If someone say the same thing which you have. Amalek is described in the Hebrew Bible as the enemy nation of the Israelites. The name Amalek can refer to the descendants of Amalek, the grandson of Esau, or anyone who lived in the territories in Canaan, or the North African descendants of Ham, the son of Noah. Now, these Amalekites is the grandson of Esau. Esau was the brother of Jacob. And these two brothers had art with each other before they were born. Matter of fact, let's just want to touch on it just a slight little bit. If I'm not mistaken. Let me see.
And Salaki, while you find it real quick, remember we read about this in yesterday, Deuteronomy 25:17 about Amalek, just like you quoted. And then also you find in Genesis 36 and verse 12, the line of Esau, that's the generation. And you'll see Amalek in verse 12, letting you know who his father is.
Come. Now, the Esau are the Edomites, which a lot of us, our people, don't know. A lot of our people praise Esau, praise the Amalekites. These is the enemy of Israel. To me, once an enemy, always an enemy. Once an enemy, always an enemy. They come for destruction. Let's go to Genesis chapter 25, and let's start at verse 20. We're gonna read that real quick, but we're gonna understand who. And we know the Amalekites are the descendants of Esau. They're the grandson of Esau, and
we starting at verse 20.
Say it again.
We starting at verse 20, 25 and 20.
Come.
Okay.
Genesis chapter 25, verse 20. Yeah.
You ready?
We're gonna find out from the definition we read the Amalekites that they're descendants of Esau, the grandson of Esau. We're gonna find out who Esau is. Let's read.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 25, verse 20. And Isaac was 40 years old when he took Rebekah to wife, the daughter of Bethuel, the Syrian of Padanaram, the sister to Laban the Syrian. And Isaac entreated the Lord for his wife, because she was barren. And the Lord was entreated of him, and Rebekah, his wife, conceived.
She conceived. She was barren, and when Isaac entreated into the Most High, hey, okay, the wife not pregnant, okay, now she's pregnant. She conceived. Let's go on. She conceived child in her. Let's go on.
Verse 22. And the children struggled together within her, and she said, "If it be so, why am I thus?" Question mark.
We questioning why she's in pain, why she's going through, why is she having birth pains, the struggling. It says the children struggle together within her. And she said, if it be so, why am I thus? Go on, read on the diet.
And she went to inquire of the Lord. And the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. And the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger.
The elder shall serve the younger. 2 manner of people, 2 different kinds of people. Here it is. This woman is pregnant with twins, but there are 2 manner of people that's going to come out of her womb. That's something that neither one of us can truly explain unless we delve into the scripture to find out, like, hold up, 2 manner of people. These twins, they brothers. They going together, but they fighting. They getting on. And they have not been born yet. They haven't even been born yet. And the Most High telling them, man, 2 manner of people in you. They struggling, they fighting. And the elder shall serve the younger. Now, we can precept that all day. But remember, the elder shall serve the younger. Go on and read on.
Verse 24. And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. And the first came out red, all over like an hairy garment, and they called his name Esau.
That's Amalekite, the Amalekites' grandfather. The Amalekites have not been born yet, but Esau is born, and the descendants of Amalekite are Esau. It came out red and hairy all over like a garment, hairy like a red garment. Go on, read on.
Verse 26.
He's the elder. He's the elder son. He's the elder brother. Go on.
And after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob. And Isaac was 80 years old when she bare them.
We can hold it right there. We can stop right there. Now, Jacob is bearing the heel of his brother. You got to be strong. These babies are newborns. They fighting. The elder was born. Esau was born. Describing how he looked, red and hairy all over, like a garment, like a carpet. And Jacob holding his heel. So as soon as Esau come up out of there, Jacob got his heel. You got to be a strong baby.
Can I say something?
Sure. Go on.
Oh, well, they described how Esau looked because everyone on the earth was black, and this is the first time and only time that they described, the white man
looking like he looked.
Mm-hmm.
Red, hairy all over, because the blood through his body, he was pale, so you can see the blood under his skin, and he was hairy baby. Can you believe that? So it's describing what Esau looked like. And these children, they struggled in their mother's womb. And they grew up together. They had art with each other. Esau had art with Jacob. But we can go on and read, but I'm not, because this is for those that don't read, should read, and you can get the knowledge, wisdom, understanding given to you. Read it for yourself. But you know that Esau was born first, the elder. But we read that the elder shall serve the younger. The elder shall serve the younger. Now Esau is a depiction of the Caucasians today. They're Esau, described from the Bible. They're the nation of Caucasians. And Amalekites were beefing against Israel. Enemies. But when you look at today, Esau is not serving us. It's reversed. We are serving Esau. We came under slavery under Esau. And just to make it clear, what verse did you leave off on the diet?
Exodus 17 and 12. You talking about
Yes, yes,
okay.
yes.
In verse
Okay,
12. Yeah.
Well, go ahead, let's read on. Let's read on.
Read on in Exodus.
Come.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Now
Okay,
here we fighting with Amalek. Moses was up on this mountain to hold Aaron and Hur were with him up on the top of this hill. Verse 11, and it came to pass when Moses held up his hand that Israel prevailed. And when he let down his hand, Amalek prevailed. So as long as Moses had his hand up with the rod, we were winning the battle. When Moses let down his hand because he was tired, Amalek started to prevail over us. Read verse 12.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 17, verse 12. But Moses' hands were heavy, and they took a stone and put it under him, and he sat thereon. And Aaron and Hur stayed up his hands, the one on the one side and the other on the other side, and his hands were steady until the going down of the sun.
They was fighting all day. They was at war. I mean, we say war, we was at war. Most I had Moses to gather up the men in Israel from all 12 tribes. We were born warriors. We were men of God, we were warriors, we were prophets, and we were priests. And when it's time to go to war, we go to war. And we fight for a just cause. We go to war when the Most High say go to war. You know, we defend our families as men. They're like we're supposed to. We defend the elders. We defend the widows, the orphans, the mothers, the sisters, our women, our brothers. That's the order. There ain't no other way. All these other nations are against us. All of them. And if we take our time to read, study, show ourselves, prove God, you'll find out all these wicked nations that was against us. And as long as we did and carried out the laws and the commandments of God, doing what the Most High say do, but not questioning what the Most High say, but do it, carry it out, we are going to be in a victorious mode. I believe Moses brought it out because we did touch on, in Deuteronomy chapter 28. Sister Erica, we touched on it a little bit about the blessings and the curses. When we do the will of the Most High, we be blessed. Blessed coming in, blessed going out. And then there's more curses that came upon us. We fit the curses of this book because it happened to us. This is our history book. It didn't happen to no one else. Israel only. That's why since we've been reading these last 3-4 chapters, we're reading about Israel. That's us. That's our ancestors, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Go on, Nadiah, read on.
Verse 13. And Joshua discomfited Amalek and his people with the edge of the sword. And the Lord said unto Moses, write this for a memorial in a book, and rehearse it in the ears of Joshua. For I will utterly put out the remembrance of Amalek from under heaven. And Moses built an altar and called the name of it Jehovah Nissi. For he said, because the Lord hath sworn that the Lord will have war with Amalek from generation to generation.
No matter what, Amalek going to be building. Esau going to be building. When you look at Esau, you look at all these countries, these different countries that, Esau got descendants. He got relatives. They all against us. I believe Moses read from Psalms chapter 83 that they're gonna be confederate. They're gonna come against us, all of them. Even the tribes that were not of Esau, they all got together with other nations to come against us. All of them are confederate against us. All they want to do is keep us dumb down, keep us away from the Lord and coming on. We gotta keep the laws of the Most High. We gotta keep the laws and the commandments of the Most High. That's the most important thing to do. keep the laws and the commandments of God. Stick with them, stay grounded, stay rooted. Because we're going to be fighting. Esau going to be coming against us every day, every week, every month, every year against the children of Israel throughout the generation. Here today now, we still serving Esau. But we read back in Genesis chapter 25 that Esau going to be serving us. Is Esau serving us? Is Esau serving us?
Not the last time I checked.
Last time you checked what?
No. I said not the last time I checked.
Okay, the last time you checked, not since the last time you checked. They not serving us.
No. Yes, I said that to say no.
Okay, let your yay be yay and your nay be nay. They're not serving us. We serving them. Like Moses saying, they supposed to be serving us. So when are they going? Let me ask the sisters. I know my Aki, I know my brothers know. When are Esau going to start serving us?
You say, when are they going to stop serving us?
Say that again.
You say, when are they going to stop serving us?
Yes. When are they going to start to serve us?
Start to serve us.
In heaven.
When this world is destroyed and we get the kingdom, we put our foot in ass.
They're not going to have no place in heaven. They're not going to place in heaven.
Well, a certain part, right? Like,
they're not going to have no part of heaven.
They're going to be on the outside.
Is the New Jerusalem. They're going to be outside the gates.
Got it.
Why would God allow the enemy that kill you and beat you and rape you serve in the kingdom with you? What kind of sense does that make?
I thought they would be our servants of some sort. I guess I got it wrong.
You got at heaven and New Jerusalem are two different places.
Got it.
Two different places. We don't really need them to serve us in heaven. We have everything there. Everything is good for us there. The Most High is all light. The kingdom of heaven is light. No work of iniquity gets into the gates. They are our enemy. They're gonna be in the gates with us. What we need them there for? We need them here, and we need them to make earth over. We need them to serve in our new government from Jerusalem. That the Most High going to have us to rule, and they're gonna be our servants. This is a hard pill for the world to swallow. But if they ain't reading and studying to understand it. We read yesterday, Moab going to serve. No, they not. Those are wicked nations that were against us. All those wicked nations against us, they're not serving with us. They're gonna serve us. All of them gonna serve us. Our elder, they are elders. Esau and Jacob are the youngest of the nations, but Jacob is the youngest. Esau supposed to be serving us. All these other nations supposed to be serving us, according to the scripture. We in one of the five books of the laws of Moses. They supposed to be serving us, but we serving them. We get up and go to work for them. We working for them. If we ain't doing the Lord's will, we doing what they want. We serving them. So that's why the Most High gave us the Sabbath day. Man, one day out the week, we can't serve the Most High. Give him our all. It's supposed to be every day, but the Sabbath day is the rest day. Supposed to relax and kick back. Those other wicked nations that are our enemies in this book, in the Old Testament, the Old Testament, they're going to have to serve. It's written, prophetic, prophecy. Right now, Esau is up. We are serving him. We came off the slave ship. We were sold on an auction block. This is what Deuteronomy 28 state, the curse that was placed on us. The Most High allowed that because we was not keeping the laws and commandments of the Most High. So we wasn't being obedient. We suffered from our ancestors' disobedience. The fortunate part we hear, but the greatest part of it, we can turn around and start serving our Father, that is in heaven. and keeping the laws and commandments, following what we're supposed to do as the saints, as the sheep, as the prophets, as the priests, as the messengers, the disciples, the apostles, as ambassadors. That's us right here, right now. We spread all over the world. We the salt of the world. Choose today who you going to serve. Tomorrow's not promised. And we got a lot of wolves in sheep's clothing. We got a lot of false prophets out here that's not teaching this doctrine. They open a book, they read one verse, they read Exodus chapter 17, verse 15. And Moses built an altar and called the name of it Jehovah Nissi. They might just read that and be like, and talk about Jehovah. But it's more to this script than God's name. Talking about his children, Israel, what he did for us. We were singing praises unto the Most High. Sing praise to the Most High and jump for joy and happy, and then go back to murmuring and complaining because we think that the Most High can't do what he said he's going to do for us. He made promises to us. God is a God he cannot lie. Heed to his word. That's it, that's all. Christ is not over YaHaWah, and the woman is not over the man. Our sisters get caught up in a lot of folly with men because they be dealing with the wrong dudes. They're not equally yoked. Brothers be dealing with the wrong sisters because they're not equally yoked. Be ye equally yoked. Be with believers in this truth. That's it. But I just want to get through these chapters. We read most of the way, Exodus chapter 14 through Exodus chapter 17. It's imperative that I encourage all the masters that's listening to read. I encourage us on the panel to read, especially our sisters. I hear YaHaWah Erica say she want to read, she want to learn more. I encourage Nadai to read. We can listen to the word all day. We can turn on a lesson on television and sit back, kick back, and not open up our Bibles and read and listen. What they saying good is entertainment, it's good, and listen to audio, but open up your Bibles and read. My dear sisters, open up your Bibles and read. Get in the relationship that the Most High wanted to have with you. And personally you have with him, a personal relationship. Heavenly Father. Read. Study. Stop on it. Trying to get by. Don't work. Christians do not get, it don't work. It do not work. I just want to state that and make that my conclusion. I appreciate everyone coming on, taking the time out to these hours. We spent hours just in the spirit of the Most High, reading His Word, getting knowledge, wisdom, understanding, and being all we can be in this truth. Man, the Most High is glorious. He's wonderful, and I thank everyone for it, and I want to do so. I want to do some breaking down because I want to do some breakdowns with YaHaWah. I know it'd be good that we get back to what we were speaking on yesterday evening, and bit and pieces of today before we started, and open up. That we was digging in about the Sabbath day, and I want to read about the Sabbath day, what the Most High hallowed for us, and what we're supposed to do on the Sabbath day. Do what we're doing now, chilling and relaxing. Don't be moving, don't doing no work. No work. Just doing what we're doing right now. That's the best thing that anyone can do. And that this is the Sabbath day. This is the day that the Most High hallowed. This is the day the Most High made holy. And we just relax in Him. Kick back in Him. That's it. And that's all. I appreciate everyone coming on. Kwam Yasharala. Kala YaHaWah Power. Wabasham YaHaWah Shah. Mashiach. May continue to get all the honor and all the glory out of our lives. All praise to the Most High. And I pray, the water for everyone, Barakatam to everyone. And till next time, we meet again. Have a great Sabbath Shabbat evening. The Most High continue to get honor and glory out of our lives. We continue to be exalted on the throne. In YaHaWah Mashiach's name, we pray. Hallelujah.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right,
Shabbat shalom.
All right. Shabbat shalom.
Hold fast, sisters. Hold fast.
Oh.
I'm going to stop recording.
Okay.